Bourbon Street. It's all ruckus and partying and bucket drumming and God knows what. Noise and jazz and parties. But you don't need to go very far at all to find a very mysterious, very strange place that some folks say is the most haunted hotel in all of New Orleans. And that hotel is the Bourbon Orleans Hotel, which is where I stayed last night, and I'm staying there tonight again. So I'm going to tell you a couple experiences last night, nothing dramatic, but I'll tell you the stories of this place and the reason that they say so many people see and hear strange things there. So it is just off of Bourbon Street, the center of the partying culture of New Orleans. People walking with alcohol in their hands, public urination, dogs and cats living together, absolute chaos. Very fun place. And you don't have to go very far at all from Bourbon Street to come to this quiet little, well, not little at all, this quiet hotel, the Bourbon Orleans Hotel. And I checked in yesterday. My room is on the third floor, which is one of the two floors that has the most strange activity going on. Oh. And the third floor overlooks the ballroom, which is one of the places people see strange things the most. So why do they say this particular hotel is the most haunted one in New Orleans? Well, a lot of that has to do with the history. See, this, for most of its existence, this building was not always a hotel. It's actually only been a hotel since the 1960s. So now we are able to check in there. But before that, originally just the ballroom existed. So you can see some of the elegant architecture just inside the lobby. Beautiful place. Old world, exciting for all who are staying here. Nobody comes out of here unscathed, unexcited. It's a very fun place, also a very haunted place, they say. And so, as I've talked about before in my videos and books, one of the things that makes a place haunted is when there's a history of tragedy and strong emotions. Now sometimes that can be a history of death. It can be massacres, untimely death. But it's not always death. Sometimes it's just a matter of really strong emotions being associated with that place. Now, one of the most haunted things that I've encountered is this key slot that doesn't want to accept my key. There we go. So, sorry about the shaky cam. So this hotel, back when it was a ballroom, this is back during the early 1800s here in Louisiana. And let's go into the elevator. So they say, let's go ahead and hit floor 6. Now I punched the 6th button, but they say that even if you don't hit that button, sometimes the elevator takes you there. They say you might hit a different floor and it'll take you to the 6th floor. And that is supposed to be one of the most haunted floors in this hotel. The 6th and the 3rd floor where I'm staying on. So we're going up to the 6th floor here. Now, the ballroom is the oldest part of the structure. That was when they would have balls between wealthy white men and Creole women, women who had part African ancestry. And at that time, it was illegal for whites and non-whites to marry each other, but a lot of them did love each other. So they would have these balls here, really lavish balls, and the white men would take the Creole women as mistresses, and a lot of times they became closer to them than they were to their legal wives, but they were legally not allowed to marry each other. So when you've got a place like that with a long history of unrequited love, it's bound to leave some sort of emotional residue. You can just imagine how many relationships, romances that were never allowed to really flourish between people because of the racist laws of the time. Now we're on the 6th floor. After the days of the ballroom, an order of nuns turned this place into a convent and a school and a hospital. And the hospital, the children's ward, was right up here on the 6th floor. And that was where the sick children would stay. And in the late 1800s, there was a yellow fever epidemic here in New Orleans. So dozens of children died a very painful death in their rooms right here on the 6th floor. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a room on the 6th floor, so I'm missing out on that. I came up here and walked around last night. Didn't see or hear anything, but I talked to multiple hotel employees who told me that guests who stay here, they'll complain that they hear noise up here on the 6th floor. They say they hear little children's footsteps running up and down the hallway. Only thing is, once they open their door, they look out and nobody's there. Now, according to urban legend, they say that the scene on The Shining with the hotel hallway, with the two girls who say, "Come play with us," they say that that scene was inspired by this hotel and the elevator we just came out of. Who knows if anybody actually had that kind of a vivid experience of actually seeing girls, talking to them. But people definitely hear the children here. Late at night, they hear this ruckus going up and down the hallway. Kids' pitter-patter footsteps running up and down the hallway, playing, kids' voices laughing or crying. And they say the reason for that is the unique history of this place where all that suffering and death happened during the yellow fever breakout. So let's go on down. We'll turn this to the side, respect the guest's privacy. And we'll go on through. We're doing the same thing? Yeah, we're doing the same. Look at this. Isn't that the ghost hunter?
Oh, yeah. Are you using the app?
No, I'm just recording. See, come here looking for ghosts left and right. Now, we're going to go into the elevator here. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, thanks, man. I think there's another one here. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Little secret staff elevator. So, let's go down to the 3rd floor. So you've got those, those are the two main events that are part of the history of this building. First, it was that ballroom where these semi-illegal interracial relationships were formed. And then after that, it was the convent and hospital during the yellow fever epidemic. Lots of children suffering. A lot of people died. And also this building survived the Civil War. One of the ghosts people see here is a Confederate soldier who they say he went off to war and he told his lover or his betrothed that he would come back for her, went off and died in battle, never made it back alive. So people say that they see a man in a gray Confederate uniform. Looks like he's waiting for somebody. So let's see if the elevator takes us where we want to go, or if it sends us right back up to the 6th floor. Another one of the ghosts that's very common here, very common for people in their rooms to experience presence. All right, here's the 3rd floor. Now, let's see if we can get a peek at the ballroom. This might be a dead end. Quiet. if we can sneak a peek. Now, in this ballroom, I'll see if I can get in here and take a video. But they say there's a chandelier that rocks back and forth on its own. Can't see it from here, so we'll go try one of the other doors. Unfortunately, the ballroom's locked right now. Well, let's see just how locked it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, that bitch is locked. There. Is that? No, it's not a chandelier. Let's try one more door here. Now they say there are a few ghost nuns here in the building too. Ooh, unlocked door. Oh yeah. Oh, we're in luck. Right here in the ballroom, I think this is the chandelier that sways back and forth sometimes on its own. We gotta be real quiet. Looks like there's a private party coming up. But just go and see if we can't sit in that chair where nobody will see us. And we're gonna be real quiet. Alright. We're gonna take a look around here. Yeah, now they say people see a dancer in here sometimes. A Creole woman dressed in elegant gown, and they see her with her hands up like she's dancing with an invisible partner. And people will catch a glimpse of her, and she'll fade out of view. And I've been told these chandeliers move on their own. So, you know what? I'm gonna stop the video and just sit here for a while. I'm gonna sit here till somebody kicks me out, and I'll say I didn't know any better. And maybe I'll, I'll speak some other language or something. And I'm just gonna see if I see anything. And if something starts happening, I'll start a video up again. Here we are, the Bourbon Orleans Hotel, the most haunted hotel in New Orleans.